guys, so in this episode of Design Tips, we're going to be talking about what a collection overview is and how to make one, and other things about how to make a collection, what you need, different collection types, a lot about collections, so let's just get into it. Also, a little disclaimer before I start this video. I am not just some random girl on YouTube teaching you guys or showing you guys how to make collection, giving you guys design tips. I am a bachelor graduate in sustainable fashion, so I know what I'm talking about and you can trust me. And if you guys have any questions, please do ask me. So now, what is a collection? So a collection is a range of garments, accessories, or products that are grouped by a theme, color, or fabrication. And there's not only like one collection in the whole world. There are different types of collections. And I'm going to be first talking about the market. So a collection also differs in what kind of market you want to sell your collection, your items in. So there's a market that's called luxury super brands or just luxury brands, or haute couture you will call it. That can be Chanel, Dior. There's also ready to wear. This is a collection market type that I really like to work with, and that is ready to wear, and that is collections that you can wear off the runway, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't need any altering or anything. It is a collection that you can buy. It is ready to wear. So those can be Ralph Lauren, Gucci, Calvin Klein. There are also mid-level designer brands. These can be Tommy Hilfiger. So they are like you would say they are kind of designer, but they are not as expensive as, for example, Ralph Lauren or Gucci. And there's also this high street. High street is literally like a fancier way of naming fast fashion brands. So fast fashion brands, we all know Zara, Topshop, Weekday, and other stories, H&M. And then there's, of course, also supermarket fashion collections that can be Aldi, Sainsbury, the clothing that are made by the supermarket. I don't know if Target has one, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So those are like the different types of collections that differs from what kind of market you want to market your collection in. Because depending on luxury super brands and fast fashion, your price range will differ. So that's why you need to decide what market you want to focus on. And then, as there are different markets in collection, ways of you can market your collection, there's also different collection types. There are probably more than these, but these are the collection types that are most known and most used. There's a coordinates collection. A coordinates collection is a collection of different styles that are designed to fit together crosswise. So this is like a pretty normal collection that a lot of people work with, including me. So you design styles that can be like a wardrobe, that can match together. So let's say you have a coat in the collection, then you will have a pair of pants that will go together with the coat. So it's a coordinates collection. There's also a collection type that is called single items collection. So this collection is exactly like the name, a collection where it is specialized in one specific item. So for example, a pants collection, a shirts collection, a leggings collections like Wolford. And there's a collection called capsule collection. I like to also work with capsule collections. I think they're fun. A capsule collection is a smaller collection that you can call it a limited edition collection to complement the current collection and to generate a quick sale. It can, for example, be a collaboration between one brand and a designer, a collaboration between a celebrity and a designer. On top of my head, H&M works with designer brands a lot. H&M in collaboration with Isabelle Marant, Balmain, Jimmy Choo. So these capsule collections are most definitely limited because they only make a limited amount of items for it, and it also really generate a quick sale because there's so much hype about it. It is limited. So yeah, that is what you would call a capsule collection. Series collection is a smaller collection or a series in a larger collection. So an example is I work at a Danish fashion house that is called Noa Noa, and Noa Noa has a larger collection, of course, each season. And in these larger collections, they have a series collection that is called On This Note. It is a small series collection that is sustainable. So you can have a larger collection and then at the same time also have a smaller series collection that is a little bit different from the main collection, but not that much, you know. And then the last collection type is a idea collection. This collection type I worked with a lot when I was a student and was working case-based projects with brands. So this idea collection is a presentation of ideas or inspiration for a larger collection. So you would make this collection before you really get into making the collection, if it makes sense. Like this type of idea collection is used to present your ideas to your business partners, so that they will, or your team, and then they will come with ideas. Maybe you can change this color to this color, or this trimming should be a little bit different. So it's like an idea collection. So let's say a large, like full finished collection has 30 styles. Then you would make 15 styles in an idea collection to present what this collection is going to be like. So I worked with idea collections a lot. It's a great way of experimenting with different styles before you commit to a real collection, if that makes sense. So yeah, those are the different collection types. So now that you know a little bit about collections, different types of collections, different markets, these are the things that you need to know before building a collection. So what do you need to know before actually building a collection? You need to know price range, pricing. So price actually comes before you start designing, because you want to decide with yourself what price level should your items of the collection cost. That way you can have a more structured design process instead of going everywhere, because then you have like a budget limit that you need to think about while designing. So price is really important. And then you need to also think about quality. What material are you going to use in this collection? What kind of quality do you want? So this, I've tried both ways, and I think both ways fits fine. I tried something where I start sketching and designing before even think about the quality, so that I'm not limited, and that worked fine actually. And then I've also tried where I of course thought about the quality first, like do I want silk, do I want wool, and then start designing, so that when you design you have those materials in mind. Then you will know if you're making like a flowy dress, and you will know, okay, this is how the dress is going to fall and move when you wear it because it's silk. So it's really important to really think about the quality that you want your products to have. And the last one is combination options. So you want to consider on design and outfits with combination possibilities, and it is important for creating coherence in the collection, as well as to be able to present it on the catwalk, photo shoots, lookbook, And of course, last but not least, in the stores, to make it, of course, easier for visual merchandise team. So it is also important to have combination options. This can come when you choose what kind of color you want your collection to have, what kind of trims, materials. So really have your combination options in mind. Let's talk about collection structure. So you need to have a collection structure when you do a collection. A collection structure is divided by 3 categories, and that is profile, core, and basic. So I will of course explain to you guys what each of these category means. So when you have a collection, you have designed all your stuff, then you need to divide all the products that you have in these 3 different categories. The profile category contains items that are show pieces, statement pieces, pricier pieces. So these items will define your brand, but it is not expected to get the big sale on. However, it sometimes, of course, occurs. So that's why we would call them statement pieces, because these can be used as a showpiece to really show what your brand is about visually. So of course, that is why these pieces are going to be a little bit more pricier, because they might have much more detailing and colors and so on. And then there's the core category, and this is like the core of the collection. So this is the main component of the collection and styles, items that characterize the brand. The core product is developed more or less from season to season, and this is typically where the customer expects new development. So this is where you will mainly see the coherence of the entire collection. It can be in the quality, colors, trims, and one can easily have some styles that go again as a core products from season to season as well, and we will call that rerunners. So basically, as the name call it, is a core, is like the essence of your collection. This is what defines your collection. And then there's the last category, which is called basic. So basic is basically rerunner products. So these products are typically in the low price end. It can be basic t-shirts, tank tops, shirts, and they often come in several color options. And these are most often products that have low costs in production and can be easily produced. For example, it can be the same design and the same exact quality that have been a part of the brand in so many years. This design is a part of each collection, and for each season, the only change it might have is that it comes in another color. So you will call these rerunners. And there's actually one secret category that is called NOS, or NOOS, which means never out of stock. So it's basically like the basic category, where it is basic items that are never out of stock in your collection. So yeah, those are the different collection structures that you need to know. So now that you have the knowledge about collection structure, about profile, core, and basic, I'm going to be teaching you guys methods that you can use when you're building a collection overview. So now that you have all this knowledge, you can start building your collection overview. So there are 3 methods that you can use, but note, the collection building is all up to you. These are just methods to help you if you are just starting to make a collection. So this is not, you need to stick to these methods. That is not like that at all. Once you're comfortable with making a collection overview, you can literally do whatever you want. But these are 3 models that I used to really stick to and work with when I first started making collection overviews, and it helped me a lot to gain knowledge and to become more confident in doing my own collection overview, so that I don't need to always follow these methods. So there are 3 different models of methods that you can use to building a collection overview. There's a model called Prism model, Timesglass model, and a pyramid model. In a Prism model, the majority of the items are core items, and profile and basic items are divided equally. So let's say your collection, this is just like an example, your collection is 100%, then you can say that 60% of the items that are in your collections are core items, and then 20% profile items and 20% basic items. So that is what you would call a Prism model. I used to work with this a lot because it just makes more sense to me to have the majority of items being core items, because these items are what defines my brand or the brand I'm working for. And then there's a Timesglass model, and in the Timesglass model, the majority of the items are profile and basic items. So it can be like the majority, so it can be like 40% profile items, 40% basic items, and then the remaining 20% is for core items. And the last model that you can use is called a pyramid model. So in a pyramid model, the majority of the items are basic items. Second most is core items, and smallest amount is profile items. So this can be brands that specialize in casual wear, for example, then they will have a lot of basic items. And then second most is core items, and then smallest, because they are a casual brand, they don't need a profile item, if that makes sense. So it can be divided as 50% of the items in the collections are basic items, 30% is core items, and then the remaining 20% can be profile items. So yeah, those are the different types of collection models that you can use. And again, a little reminder, a little note, you definitely don't have to follow these models at all, but my advice to you is that if you are just starting to make collection overviews and you want to get better at making collection overviews, these models are really good to follow so that you get more confident in making collections. I personally really like to use these models when I first started. So yeah. So now that you have all this great, amazing knowledge, you can start making a collection overview. And collection overviews are made of different types of programs. So a program include the material described with the material's compositions, construction, and weight. Colors indicated in Pantone TCX color. Why? It's because then there are no color confusion, because you have the specific code. And then you will distribute the items in the different programs and distribute the items in either profile, core, or basic category. So let me show you guys an example of how what a collection overview looks like, so that I can explain it to you in more depth of how to make one. So as you guys can see, this is my collection overview. I'm so sorry it's in Danish, but I will be translating it to English for you guys. So as you can see, I have divided this collection in core and profile. So I know you guys are thinking, where's is the basic category? As I told you guys before, you really don't need to follow these models. I don't anymore, and I couldn't find my old collections where I actually used the models. So in this specific collections that I made for a design house, I decided to remove basic items completely because it didn't make sense to have them in this collection. So I just removed them. So it only has core and profile products. So these two items, this Sarah blouse and the Laura dress, are both core items. So as I was talking before, a collection overview is divided in programs. So here it is where you would write all the information about a program. So this program is linen and silk program. So both of these two items are made out of linen and silk. So the composition, you need to have the composition. So is this linen mixed with cotton, or is the silk mixed with some polyester? Then you need to write it here. So in my case, it's all 100%. So because this is a sustainable collection, so they are all 100% material. So it is 100% linen and 100% silk. So that is what you want to write under composition. So here we have construction. So construction meaning is the weaving of the material. So my linen is what you would call a plain weave in English. You need to know these. You can do some research. A lot of linen just are plain weave. So you just write construction under construction, plain weave. And silk has different construction. So in my case, it is a organza weave or organza collection construction, because I was working with a organza silk. So here you write organza, and then you need to write weight as well. What is the weight of the material? So this is the material's weight is medium to lightweight. And then you will put the colors. So I have all 3 colors, and then I wrote here that these styles come in 3 different colorways. You call these a colorway. So both the Sarah blouse and the Laura dress comes in 3 colors. So it comes in this color called Sugar Swizzle, and it comes in this black color called Moonless Night, and then it comes in white, which is called Bright White. And then here are the TCX codes. I will leave a link in the description box for Pantone official website where you can actually get these codes. It's super easy. And then here you will write the collection. Mine was a spring summer 2020s collection. And then drop, you don't really need to write the drop. Drop is just telling drop is just when this collection is going to be released, the drop date. So for me is in March. And then it's definitely the same, and you can see programs on this program. It's organic cotton and silk. So, and then let me just tell you guys something. So I have the same exact design, the Nikki mask. The Nikki mask here, and it's also here. So you're wondering, why are they not under the same program? And that is because they are not they are not the same weaving. So that is like the smallest details can make a program. So a program and items that are in that program needs to have the exact same measurements or exact same descriptions. So as you can see, this Nikki mask is the exact same design and exact same material as well. They are both organic cotton, and they're both 100% organic cotton. But the only thing that is different with those two is the construction. So this is a calico weave, and whereas this is a plain weave. So calico weave is a little bit more softer and a little bit more less structured than the plain weave. So that is like the only difference between these two masks. And of course that this program is that it also comes in this daggery green color. So as soon as you have an item that is not the same in the slightest, make it color, quality, construction, then you need to make an entire different program. So that is why sometimes you can have a collection with so many different programs. And if you are a sustainable brand, you want to keep the programs as little as possible, if that makes sense, because then it means that you don't have so much material, which means that you will not be using so much energy to produce all these materials. So yeah, so that is what a collection overview looks like. Then you put here are, for example, here, as you can see, I totally removed the profile because these two items are core items. So, and then for these drawings, you want to have both there. You want to have the front drawing and the back drawing as well. And these drawings are what you would call a technical drawing. I will be making an episode on how to draw these. And of course, you need to have a name for these styles. A lot of people likes to give them numbers. For me, I like to work with names. I remember them better if I work with names. And then you can also just give them numbers like number 1 or 101, 102, you know, that is also easy. So yeah, that is how you make a collection overview. There's not much more into it. You just need to start doing it and then you will start understanding it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this was informative and that you guys learned something. I would love to keep making this series. I actually really like it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like this video if you liked it. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do subscribe to my channel. And if you are subscribed but you haven't turned on your notifications, turn them on, girl, so that you don't miss any of my uploads. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for the support. So yeah, until next time, bye guys, have a nice day.